Let's talk about the law of attraction, specifically the dark side of the law of attraction that nobody wants to talk about. Because the facts of the matter is, it is very, very dangerous, and the law of attraction can ruin your life. There are two reasons why the law of attraction can ruin your life. Number one, it works. The law of attraction works. 100,000%. I guarantee you the law of attraction is a real thing and it works. And number two, the law of attraction, the universe, is indifferent to your well-being. So let's discuss this. Okay, how do you know the law of attraction works? Well, the law of attraction works because everybody has an identity. This is me. This is my situation. Now, whatever it is that your identity is, the universe will set everything in motion to make sure that you fulfill what you see as your destiny, what you see as your identity, what you see as your lifestyle. The problem with that, however, is it is also indifferent. You have people on one side like Jordan Belfort, the Wolf of Wall Street. I saw a video with him one time. He says if he makes less than a couple $1 million a year, he panics. He's like, what the hell's going on? I make a couple $1 million a year minimum. So if he starts looking like he's not going to have a couple $1 million this year, he sits down, figures out what's wrong, what's going wrong, how does he fix it, how does he set it right, how does he start making a couple $1 million this year, because that's just not acceptable. That's not him. And the universe bends and gives him the couple $1 million that he needs because that's his bare minimum. That is the bare minimum he will accept. But guess what? The problem also is that if you're a smoker, okay, you identify yourself as a smoker. You identify yourself as a 2-pack a day smoker. You identify yourself as a chain smoker. Have you ever seen a smoker without a cigarette? Have you ever seen an alcoholic who wasn't drunk? Have you ever seen a fat person who didn't have food? Have you ever seen a drug addict who didn't have drugs, who wasn't high? They identify themselves as a drug addict, a chain smoker, etc., a food eating person, okay, a fat person. I have fat genes. I can't help it. The universe is like, hey, fine, here you go, all the food you need. So the fact is, unlike your parents, like if I were a kid and I were to tell my parents, hey, I'm going to drop out of school in the 3rd grade and I'm going to just smoke opium all day, my parents would probably not allow that to happen. But the universe doesn't care, okay? If you tell the universe, you're like, hey, I'm just not going to do anything whatsoever for my health. My doctor tells me that diabetes and blood pressure are going to kill me within the next 3 years. And guess what? I'm just going to continue eating. The universe doesn't care. The universe will make sure that a smoker always has his cigarettes because he accepts no other possibility. A smoker will always have cigarettes. He'll always beg, borrow, steal to get money to get cigarettes. But you tell the same person who binge eats, the same person who overeats, the same person who smokes cigarettes, the same person who does drugs, hey, you should probably go to the gym. I don't have enough money to go to the gym. You should probably eat differently. I don't have enough money for that. A person who overeats could buy less food, a higher quality food, more nutritious food, and still save money and spend less than he does on all the beer, all the soda, all the ho-hos, all the fluffy cakes, all the frozen pizzas, all the meals out at McDonald's and Burger King and all kinds of crap like that. He would actually save money and spend less money if he were actually to take supplements, to eat healthy food, and to get a gym membership. But because his identity is an overeater, because of that, he is always going to have the food that he needs to overeat on, and he will never have the food that he needs to eat to be healthy. And it's just the way things are. So, like I said, the universe will give you whatever you want, but the universe is indifferent. Okay? Like, I was actually making this video because somebody commented on one of my videos, and we talks back and forth in the comment section a little bit, and he says, yeah, the universe wants what's best for you. And I'm like, well, that's dangerous though, because the universe allows you to decide what's best for you. So if what's best for you in your mind is, I want to be able to put away a 5th of vodka a day, you will get your 5th of vodka. I mean, have you ever seen an alcoholic homeless person who didn't have alcohol? They will get alcohol somehow. They will. Okay? They're broke. They don't have shit, but they will. On the other hand, if a person like Donald Trump loses, what was it, 700 or 28 or however many, millions and millions and millions of dollars, like there was a story about how he said he was walking down the street, saw a bum, and said that guy has $750 million more than him. Because at the point, Donald Trump was $750 million in debt, minus $750 million, and the bum had zero. So the bum had $750 million more than Donald Trump did. Okay? But the fact of the matter is, just like the bum was laying down there and saying, like, I'm a bum, I got no money, I got no job, I got nothing, but I am an alcoholic, I'm going to get my alcohol one way or the other, and somehow the universe gave him his alcohol. Donald Trump was like, I'm Donald motherfucking Trump, and I am going to fucking be a goddamn multi-millionaire again, and fuck this poverty shit, and fuck being in debt, and he dragged himself right the fuck out of that $750 million debt, or however much it was. So that's what I'm telling you, okay? You need to choose your identity. What is it that defines you? Are you the kind of person who's going to say, well, I couldn't, I'm not good at, I can't work out, or I can't stick to a diet. If you tell yourself you can't stick to a diet, then you're not going to be able to stick to a diet, okay? If you tell yourself that, you're a hard worker, you're always going to have a menial labor job. If you tell yourself you're a smoker, you're always going to have cigarettes. But on the other hand, if you tell yourself that you're an entrepreneur, you're always going to have a successful business. If you tell yourself that you're in awesome shape, you're always going to have healthy food, you're always going to work out. It's all about the self-talk, it's all about the belief. The universe will give you anything that you want. You just really have to believe it. And that's actually the hard part.